Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and it is the day 7 of 30 days, 30 most important biology topics for NEET 2025.
Chalo, let's complete it.
So in today's topic, we're gonna be going with the chapter Anatomy of Flowering Plant. Well, a lot of students has a issue with this chapter because it's very unimaginative to the student. Well, in this video, I will try to make you imagine with best of my can within the short period of a time. But if not, then remember that statement based questions will come. So your understanding and the type of questions I will keep on telling you in between it. Now in this chapter, certain portion is deleted from the latest NCERT. So the portion that you have to do is the initial portion of it, which I'm going to show you here. I'm going to make the notes simultaneously with it all only and try to explain you this thing. And the topic which is deleted, that is the plant tissues and its type. So if you see plant tissue, okay, starting with it, plant tissue. Now the plant tissue is divided into two type of tissue. What is that? One is the meristematic tissue. One is the meristematic tissue. And another is the permanent tissue. And what that means? Meristematic tissue is that tissue that keeps on dividing. So it divides. Okay, its just function is what? Divide. Whereas permanent that do not divide have permanent function. So normally, initially, whatever the cells that are present, they are meristematic. They keep on dividing and increasing the length of the plant. But later on, some of them will form what stem, some of them will form leaf, some of them will form the root part of it and the other structure, and they becomes what? Permanent tissue. Okay, so means they have a permanent functions. Now the next thing is the meristematic tissue. About it, these things are given to you. So meristematic tissue is of two types depending upon at what time it is coming up. Okay, so that is also there. One is the position type also. So the first type of meristematic tissue division we are studying, that is given in your NCERT, that is on the basis of the classification on the basis of location. So on the basis of location, there could be what? There could be apical meristem, or there could be intercalary meristem, or there could be lateral meristem. So three of them are there. So one is what? Apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and the lateral meristem. Okay, the lateral meristem more particularly has been shown in the chapter plant growth and development. Okay, here let's just see that. So the first one I told you what? Apical meristem. The apical meristem could be of two stages. The apex could be what? Either the stem height or the stem root. So it could be shoot apical meristem or it could be root apical meristem. So if you see over here, location wise, obviously this is your what? This is your root part. Okay, because your what? Your root cap is present over here. So over this area is what? Root apical meristem present. NCERT statement saying that it is present terminally, but in reality terminal portion is this, which is covered by the root cap. It should be the subterminal position. Okay, little bit away from the terminal portion or extreme portion. So this is the root apical meristem. Whereas shoot apical meristem, they have shown it here. From here the leaves are coming up. Okay, or it will keep on growing like this also. Now there is a one important thing, that is the axillary bud. Axillary bud is what? When this stem is growing from here, okay, then what happens? Certain of this tissue will left here. It goes, certain will left here. From this area, either a branch can come or a leaf can come. So this area where the branch and leaf can form, because the new structure can form, it has to increase their cell number. Cell number will be increased by what? By the division. So division would be done by the meristem. So this apical bud is what? Meristem. Okay, so let's just quickly see these two things. That is what? Apical. Now the next is when it is growing, what happens? Certain, like for example, if this is the stem, imagine this stem is growing. Okay, this much, this was there. After that, it will grow little more. While growing, it will leave some of the meristem below also here, and it grow. This is not the axillary meristem, because from here nothing will arise. Then why it is even present? Just think that this is a grass. It happens in the grass. So grass, who eat? Cow. So imagine that I am a cow and I will eat it. What happened? Uppermost portion is eaten up. Whole grass is never eaten up by the grazers. Grazers means what? Herbivores, cows and all. Some part is only eaten up. So the part that will be eaten up, it has to be regrow. For regrowing, we need what? Cell which can divide and increase their size again. So what? More meristem will be needed. So that meristem is what? Intercalary meristem. Okay. So everyone had understood this. Now, along with that, when it's going, certain side area of this stem, later on what happened? They grow further. They become bigger one. So if you have seen the young plant, it is thin like me. But as I will grow, I will what? I will increase the weight in this direction. Okay. So of course I am not young, but it's okay. Let's just come back to the class. But so what happened? That basically your stem which was thin earlier, it will become what? Thicker woody plant. Okay. Who is doing it? Lateral, sideway growth is taking place. That is lateral meristem also there. Okay. Now let's just come up and quickly see that what is happening over here. So they have talked about the root apical meristem. I am quickly telling you what questions they can form. They will tell you what, where it is present, at the tip of the root. I have told you that it is subterminally present. This also you have to remember. Okay, then moving on, they are saying the shoot apical meristem. Okay, which occupy the distant most region of the stem axis. Distance means the tip. That is what? That is tip of the shoot. Distant most region. Okay, coming back to this main statement again. Now the next thing is, during the leaves formation, what happened? Axillary bud, I have told you, some of this left shoot apical meristem left behind and form what? Axillary, from where the leaf or the branch or flower can come. Later on we have said that in the mature tissue, intercalary meristem is present, which help in what? Regeneration, present in the grasses by the herbivores. This thing you have to remember. Now this division was on the basis of the location. Second division of in terms of when it is working. So the meristem could be of two types, primary meristem or the secondary meristem. So now the next division is classification on the basis of division time period. Okay, so it could be what? It could be two types. What are the two types? Primary meristem or the secondary meristem. At times, secondary meristem is also called as lateral meristem. So primary meristem will do the vertical growth, initial plant body formation, whereas secondary will do the lateral growth. Okay, lateral means sideway growth. So that would be what? That's why it's called as lateral meristem also. Okay, so these two things are given to you. So lateral meristem will make what? Make the plant woody in appearance. So primary meristem will do what? It is seen by apical meristem, intercalary meristem. Lateral meristem is the type of secondary. Okay, so early life body, plant body formation. So primary plant body formation will be done by primary meristem. Secondary or lateral meristem will make woody axis. Okay, now examples over here is the most important one. Okay, so the primary, we know that primary is doing what? Root apex, shoot apex. Okay, or intercalary one. Okay, so these two are the example of it. This will be asked to you where the students had a problem to understand. Whereas secondary would be what? Fascicular cambiums, intrafascicular cambium, cork cambium. Okay, so these things will be there which will help in the secondary growth. Okay, so this thing you have to remember the example. Then the next thing is, once the cell is become like this, they will later on take what? Particular functions and becomes a permanent tissue. So next topic is our syllabus is permanent tissue. Okay, so permanent tissue is very easy. There are two divisions of the permanent tissue. Okay, so what are those divisions of the permanent tissue? Permanent tissue could either be simple tissue or it could be complex. So its division is only two. Simple means only one type of cells present. Complex means multiple types of cells present. So simple has further three divisions present. What are those three divisions? We have parenchyma, we have collenchyma, and we have sclerenchyma. Its diagram is also given. So now we're gonna be writing here itself only all the things. So the parenchyma, you have to remember that it looks like this. Okay, from this diagram you were able to understand it. First of all, parenchyma is the most abundant tissue. So most of the plant body made by this. Okay, very important. Okay, this thing will keep on coming again and again. Okay, next point is that what are their cell shape? So cell shape, first of all, you have to remember they are isodiametric, means the cell will have the same, almost same diameter, but you have to remember its shape. So different tissue can have a different look like of shape, and here we remember is that SOPE or R plus R. So soper means what? Okay, soper, S for spherical in shape, or they could be oval in shape, or they could be polygonal in shape, or they could be elongated, or they could be round. This question can come to you. Next would be what? Their cell wall. Their cell wall is thin. Okay, they are and made up of what? Cellulose. So they are thin cell wall made up of cellulose. Next, see that over here, they are closely packed. If the space is present, there could be spaces present called as intercellular spaces, little spaces that you have seen over here. So in this, intercellular spaces are present. Okay, next thing is that what is their function? Now their variations keep on coming. Okay, and on the basis of variations, their function is there. Major function is photosynthesis, storage, and even secretion. And these also help in the buoyancy in the aquatic plant. So you can write, it can also work as for the buoyancy, which is not given in NCERT, can be asked in your options. Okay, this is parenchyma. After parenchyma, we have what? We have sclerenchyma. So sorry, collenchyma. Now collenchyma, yeah, always remember that its cell wall is very thick. Okay, if something is very thick, imagine that how rigid it would be. So it is present at the places where the mechanical strength is needed. So this thing is there. Where mechanical strength is needed, mechanical strength is needed especially in the leaf. For example, leaf is flattering. So this is the petiole part of the leaf. If more wind will come, this leaf can fall. Okay, but the leaf never falls. Why? Because the petiole has this layer present. Stems has this layer present, so that when the wind coming, it don't fall off, because these are what? These are having thick cell wall. They do not have any intercellular spaces. Those intercellular spaces is also lignified, means high secretions of secondary cell wall substances would be there. Okay, so this thing is there. Then we have seen the location. We have already studied the location by it. So let's just come back. They are the part of what? Epidermis of the, below the layer of epidermis, means it is present in the hypodermis. Remember this question is coming every year, and they just change a little bit. I will let you know later on. Okay, change a little bit and becomes the wrong answer. So this is very important for you to remember. And the dicotyledonous plants hypodermis is made up of collenchyma. Next example is that in the young stem, I told you that stem in the air do not do this. Even the this leaf which is moving in the air, dancing in the air, never actually falls off. So why? Because of, like, the leaf is doing doubly tibbly na in whether rain or in the air, or winds and gusts and storms are there, right? So the same thing. So petiole of the leaf also has this thing. Always remember it. Certain function which I want to tell you here only, the young stem, you might have seen that when the baby plant is there, the stem is green because of this collenchyma. In the collenchyma also they have what? This is what? Just below the epidermis, outer layer, second layer, it is present like this. So here the sunlight can penetrate and they can make extra food. So in the initial young plants, there is a presence of what? There is a presence of chloroplast. Okay, so they can help in the photosynthesis also, but the young plant only. Moving on, the very important, that is its shape, the cell shape. So cells are present over here. So first you will remember about the shape of the cell. So shapes of cells is SOP, saw. Okay, that is what it could be: spherical, it could be oval, it could be polygonal. Okay, then the next thing you have to remember that the cell wall, over there the cell wall is thin, here the cell wall is thick and has a lining present. So thickened linings are present, which could be of cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. So these things, thick cell wall over here, that is present. These are what? These are the extra secretions of them present. Okay, that's all about it. Okay, and the intercellular spaces are not present. So if you can see that no space is present, so this is a major difference also. Moving on to the next one, that is sclerenchyma. Now the sclerenchyma, you have to remember that usually sclerenchyma, wherever is present, it is dead. Okay, it's dead. You have to remember why it is dead: because of highly lignification. And anything which is highly lignified, what will happen? The cell under it will not get the food easily, because out so much of thicker layer is there, food can't actually reach there. So what will happen? Inside the cell will die. Okay, cell will be like, you gave so much of protection, you gave me so much of love, care, protection, that it feels toxic to me. The way the Gen Z used to say that too much love is toxic. Okay, so such same thing goes over here, happens with the sclerenchyma. So sclerenchyma cell wall is thick, lignified. Okay, and they are usually dead because of it. There might be presence of pits. Pits is what? Certain gaps present through that food can come inside it. Okay, now they appears in here. You have to remember that sclerenchyma is appear in the two forms. One is this fiber form, other is the sclerid form. Now where the fiber form present and where the sclerid form is present, that you have to remember. Okay, and the sclerid form, it is spherical, oval or cylindrical. Okay, these are dead. Okay, whereas these are what? These are spherical in arrangement, where the higher levels of what? The lignifications takes place. This sclerids are present in the leaves of tea. They are present in the seeds of guava, pear, sapota. Okay, so these examples of sclerids are super important. So sclerenchyma, I told you what? It has multiple types. Okay, I think I just forgot to take the picture. Wait. It's there. Yeah. So over here, if you see that examples, which is very important. Yeah, now it's visible. See this, these are found in what? Fruits of the nut, pulp of the fruits like guava, pear, sapota, seed coat of legumes, leaf of tea. Okay, and what is the role of it? Mechanical support they are giving, because lignified, I told you, something which is lignified means it will give support. That's it. The simple tissue is these three types: sclerenchyma, collenchyma and parenchyma. Okay, next come the complex tissue. Complex tissue is made up of more than one type of tissue. Here when you are studying it, you have to study two of them. One is xylem, another is the phloem. So the first question that will ask, from xylem there are four parts of it. What are the four parts of xylem? Here only I am writing. The xylem has xylem vessels, xylem has tracheates, xylem has xylem fibers, and the xylem has xylem parenchyma. Now the next thing you have to remember, that which is the most important over here. If you forget anything, but should not forget this pointers. I'm telling you only the pointers which you shouldn't forget. Statements you have to read it. Okay, that's the basic thing that you have to do, the rectifications, cramming. Okay, so in this, these three are dead. And the question was, if they are dead means they are highly lignified. Okay, so means lignification is there, because this xylem not only conduct water and the minerals, they also make the mechanical strength of the body. Okay, because they are present in the center region of the plant. Okay, so strength will be given by this. Okay, then parenchyma is the only, xylem parenchyma is the only tissue in this xylem, complex xylem 4 tissues, which is live. So this question will be asked to you. Similar question will be asked for the phloem. So that also I am writing over here. So in terms of phloem also have 4 parts. What are the 4 parts? It have sieve tubes, it have companion cells, it has phloem parenchyma, and it has phloem fibers. Now over here these three were dead. Here these three were live, but the fibers were dead. You have to remember this fact. This question coming every time. Okay, these notes will be there in my group, that is Biology Simplified English. It's link, like you might be able to find it, you might not get it because it's a very new channel. I just made it 5 days back. So its link will be given in the description, so you can find these notes from there. Okay, so whatever I am writing on it, so that you can directly just read it. Okay, let's just come back. This is the first important question: who is live, who is dead? Second question they will ask you from this would be what? They will ask you that in gymnosperm which thing is present, which is not present. So in gymnosperm, remember, it never has, in terms of xylem, they don't have xylem vessels present. So xylem vessels is characteristic feature of angiosperm only. Only and only angiosperm will have the vessels present, no one else. So vessels are the characteristic. Gymnosperm lacks vessels. Okay, similarly gymnosperm do not have sieve tubes and the companion cell. Instead of that, they have what? They have sieve cells and albuminous cells. Okay, so this thing you have to remember, which is given on this page here, that your where let me just find it. Okay, look, gymnosperms have albuminous cells and they lack the sieve tubes and companion cells. Okay, next point you have to remember that the xylem and phloem, initially it will be formed by the primary meristem, okay, which is initial meristem. Later on, secondary meristem also makes the xylem, okay, and the phloem also. So on that basis, we called it primary xylem and secondary xylem. Okay. Moving on, within the primary xylem, it could be of two types. Either it is a protoxylem, which is forming earlier, or it is a metaxylem. Now, what is their location? On that basis, the names are given. Let me just mark you first and then I will give you trick to remember it. Okay. So now I told you what? That the primary xylem, secondary xylem, no issue. Okay. So the primary xylem is of two types. Important statement. From here the question can come. So it is protoxylem and it is the metaxylem. Okay, now the first, if the protoxylem is like, first the protoxylem is formed and then the metaxylem is being formed. Proto means what? Primitive. So this way you can remember the step. Now in stem, what happened? In stem there is protoxylem which is present where? Location. On the basis of location, certain terminology is given. Okay, so it lies in the center, means the young one is present in the center, and the later on the metaxylem that will be forming under primary xylem, it will be present on the periphery. So what I am making it over here for you. So imagine that this is the stem part. I have taken a stem, cut it. Now in the xylem, all of these present in the center. So what happened in this stem? There is this blue color thing which I am making. These are what? These are your protoxylem, present close to the center, and outside there is a presence of metaxylem. So this is metaxylem. If the arrangement is like this, this is seen in the stem, we call this kind of arrangement as endarch arrangement. Endarch arrangement, where protoxylem is in the center, metaxylem is exterior. But another arrangement is what? Let's just see. This is your stem, and over here your protoxylem, blue color is what? Protoxylem is present on the outside area, and inside is forming the metaxylem. This is seen in case of roots. Okay, and this thing which is seen in the roots, this condition is called as exarch. Okay, I hope you understand it. If not, then go back again and listen what I have said. Now the how to remember it. Now the question would be that in which endarch present, in which exarch present. So its trick to remember is, I have made it, that is Rx. Rx, R means what? Root. Root have exarch. X means exarch, word coming the second one. Whereas another is SN reactions. That is what? Stem has what? Endarch. N means endarch, second term. So you will remember it because E is same, exarch. So second term we have taken. So SN reaction and RX. RX is what? When you go to the medical science, then you will write RX for the reactions, the medicines that you have to take in. Okay, so that thing. So here only we have become doctors. Okay, so RX, that is root exarch arrangement, means protoxylem is inside, metaxylem is outside. Opposite to it, what? Endarch. Endarch is SN reaction. So stem has endarch. That's it. Same in the phloem also, this condition is there, that is protophlloem, metaphlloem. Its position is not given. With this, your tissue is over. Okay, now these tissues make systems in it. So there are 3 systems from here NCERT has already given up. So these 3 systems are what? First is epidermal system, then we have ground system, and then we have the vascular system. Now, in this video, we will halt up over here because this thing is not given in NCERT, which you have to remember. But if you have a doubt in how to remember this fact and you want me to tell once time, just comment me below. I make an extra video for you where I will help you remembering and understanding what? Understanding the arrangement. When you cut a root, when you cut a stem, when you dissect a leaf, how you will see the things and cells arrangement into it. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, do share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe me. It helped me motivate a lot. And that's all for this video. Thank you.